Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're watching this. My name is Choma Eze and you're watching Afrobeats Global. With me in the studio today is someone really amazing. He is a social media influencer, a medical doctor, he's an advocate for healthy living, and he's someone that is good at it. See, he understands the game and is killing it, guys. He has a problem with Philomena, Nkechi, and Shegun, but trust me, today we'll understand that. And definitely, guys, we are also excited to announce that he is the cover star for the Uncut Extra magazine Health and Beauty edition. Trust me, we're having a beautiful conversation with him. But we're going to short break, and when we come back, it'll be fun all the way. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back, guys. You are still watching Afrobeats Global. Yes, without wasting time, guys, it is time to unveil the cover star for the Uncut Extra magazine Health and Beauty edition. Give it up for Aproko Doctor. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
How have you been? How was it like getting here? Was it difficult?
Let's just say Lagos roads will be Lagos roads.
The traffic was crazy, Abby.
Manageable.
You pray for a better Lagos. Anyway, so I was going to ask. See, I just want to know, do you have any Nkechi in your life that made you angry?
So there's a short story and there's a long story.
Oh wow.
The short story, there's no Nkechi in my life.
Okay.
The long story is Nkechi broke my heart. And Emeka snatched that from me. And, I've decided to use this to get back at them.
What of Philomena?
Philomena is Nkechi's friend.
What of Shegun? Because they are not related. What did Shegun do? Because it was Nkechi, Philomena, and Shegun that was able to...
There's Emeka and Pius.
There's Emeka too, yes.
And then there's Pius.
What of Emeka? What did Emeka do to you?
Emeka snatched Nkechi from me.
What did Pius do?
Pius was the ringleader.
What did Shegun do? Because Shegun is a Yoruba, but I want to know.
Shegun was just an innocent bystander.
It's stray bullets.
Stray bullets.
Jesus. It's
not his fault.
In this life, stray bullets don't go touch us. But how you doing?
I'm great.
Okay. Just can we know you? I mean, a lot of people know you as Aproko Doctor. Just can you tell us what your full name is?
So my name is Egemba Chinonso Fidelis. I've been called many things, but at some point I was called Bobby.
Oh wow! But your name is Bobby too, right?
No.
Oh.
But let's just say Bobby was one of those names people just call you because you look like a Bobby.
Like Junior.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
So that's my name. I am a medical doctor. I'm also the executive director for the 100K Club. I'm the head of growth for Mufti and Event Arc. I'm a husband. I am a brother. I'm a friend. I think that's all there is to me.
Nice. So how did you come up with the name Aproko Doctor?
I'll say serendipity, per se. It happened. But the idea behind it was we're looking for something that would stick. And when people hear Aproko Doctor, they imagine someone who's unserious.
Yeah.
It's not something you're used to. In Nigeria, once you hear doctor, the first thing that gets into your head is someone who's wearing a tie,
a
stethoscope around his neck, white shirts, starched lab coats. But that was not the persona I was trying to create. I was trying to create the doctor who is your friend.
Okay.
So I was trying to create a doctor you could tell your problems without feeling like you're speaking to a doctor. And the only way I could do that, or rather, the best way I could do that was to use this method where, it's easier to talk to your friend. That's why you wouldn't see me in my videos wearing a tie,
white,
coat, if you ever see me wearing white, it's informal. It's laid back. Okay. I wear t-shirts and sneakers everywhere I go. But the Aproko itself was designed to catch your attention. So
it is actually.
When you hear Aproko Doctor, first off, you're like, this person is unserious. But then when you watch the videos, you're like, actually knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
Makes sense. So how's the journey been for you though?
Good and bad, ups and downs. All this started officially in 2015.
Wow.
So I've been doing this for 7 years. Yeah, I'm doing this for 7 years. Initially, it wasn't so good because it was difficult trying to. At that point when I started, skits were just coming into play.
People were not used to it.
People were not used to it. And we didn't start with videos initially. We started with graphic designs because I could design graphics on the side. So I was designing graphics and using it to pass across health messages. But it looked like no one was paying attention. And up until one day, I decided to tell the story of myself, of the patient I had on Twitter. And for some reason, it went viral. And it got me thinking, people love stories. And we decided to tell stories. So we started telling stories with threads and tweets, and it was gaining traction. People loved it. But over time, I realized that there was another group of people that we're not paying attention to.
Okay.
The people who loved videos. The people who are not on Twitter just because they won't be on Twitter. But, and that's when we decided to make the same tweets, but this time just making videos and put it in a way that is relatable, that people can relate and love and enjoy, and at the same time get health messages from it. So when you watch it at first, you would think it was designed to entertain you, but it's not. It's designed
but then you're
to
passing
educate
a message.
you. So say that's some form of edutainment.
Deep. Anyway, so I saw I went down and then I saw videos that you uploaded, I think 2019.
Oh yeah.
And you said that with long videos, it was more like skits, right? So I want to know why you stopped that for I really love what you're doing now. It's so great because it's shorts, you're passing the information, it's funny, everybody, nobody wants to on Instagram for long, watching a long video, so it's really cool. But then I saw that you've stopped what you used to do before. Why is that?
We haven't stopped it. We are simply just re-strategizing for the future. Those long videos will definitely come back. They've not gone anywhere. But we want to put them for another channel. So channels where people are designed to watch longer videos. It's going to come on your TV. It's going to be on YouTube. Maybe snippets of it on other social media channels. But majorly, those longer videos would be for other channels because you do not want to lose the attention of people. People have a short attention span. And there are definitely some topics that you cannot address fully in short, punchy topics.
Yeah. So
we'll leave those kind of topics for the longer videos where people, can watch with family and friends and share to other people.
Nice. We'd love to know. Okay, you said you're married, definitely. We know that you are a social media influencer. You're always on social media. But I know I checked your page and I didn't see anything about, I saw pictures in 2020, but you don't really post pictures of your wife, your family. Is that deliberate or it's, did you decide not to post your family on social media, or it was just
it is deliberate. And not because I'm a Nigerian man, but simply because I want to separate my work from family. So Aproko Doctor is Aproko Doctor. It's not Chinonso Egemba. They're two different people.
You have another page for Chinonso Egemba?
Oh, my management is working on creating that so that I can have, because I have other interests besides medicine. I love perfumes, I love music, I love to sing, I love sports. I want to share those interests with other people, and I feel that is best done on my own personal page. Because when people come to Aproko Doctor, they're coming to learn something. I don't want there to be that conflict of, oh, what are we here for? Are we here to watch you just flex on us, or are we coming to learn something? So it's deliberate.
I think it's super nice. Anyways, so I want to ask, how old are you? I feel like most guys don't like to say it, but then,
why?
I feel like it's everywhere already. People already know, but I want you to just say it here.
Why do you think most people don't like to say their age? I really
don't know, but I feel like most guys, well, I don't even think it's just guys. I think everybody now, maybe I should get older. It's I don't want to, I think it depends, Sha. I feel like for some people that are not really doing too well, in quotes, they feel like they don't feel comfortable sharing their age, especially if they're not in quote doing well. But if you're doing well at a certain age, some people feel comfortable. I don't know if you get me. Some people feel comfortable sharing their age. So it just depends on what you think.
Comfortable.
Yeah, you being comfortable with it or not.
I'm 32 years old.
Nice.
Or rather, I will be 32 in October.
It's not like I don't know, but
you see?
cool. It's not like I don't know, but it's cool. Alright guys, so we still have Aproko Doctor in the studio today, and trust me, we're still having beautiful conversation. But we're going to shop break, guys, and when we come back, it will be fun all the way. Stay tuned, guys. Are you an artist looking to record? Do you need a soundtrack for your movie? Or are you looking for a place to get amazing jingles?
Well, look no further, because you found the right plug.
At Afrobeats Global, we'll provide you with studio services at affordable prices.
And the better part is, Afrobeat Global is running a 2 weeks 20% discount on all services.
So what are you waiting for? Please call the numbers on your screen for bookings and inquiries. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Welcome back, guys. You are still watching Afrobeats Global, and we still have Aproko Doctor in the studio today. Yes, we're having such a great time. Okay, so I just want to ask, how has popular affected you? Do you think it has affected you? And how?
I don't think
Good
it has
way or bad
changed
way?
me, but I think it has affected me. And I don't want to sound like I am not grateful, but one of the things I seem to have lost is quote unquote my personal freedom. Sometimes I just like to shop in the mall because I can. I'd want to go out and enjoy, a cup of coffee, water without, oh hi, let's take a picture with you.
Do you like it?
There is no straight answer. So you can't say, yeah, I like it. But then again, there are times when you just want to be by yourself.
Yeah.
And there are times when you want other people to acknowledge you. So there's no straight answer. You can't say I don't like it. You can't say, I like that.
So do you think if you put on a face mask, do you think...
oh, no, it doesn't work. For some reason, they seem to recognize the eyes.
They recognize you. Wow. Okay, I know you talk about bleaching cream like crazy on your page. So I just want to know what you think about it.
Bleaching creams.
Yeah.
There's nothing to think about bleaching creams. Bleaching creams, the way it's done, the way it's being sold, it's one of those things that prey on the insecurities of people. It's almost like, oh, if you're fairer, there's a certain privilege that you have, and people do anything just to be.
Although
fairer.
It's changing though, although the narrative is changing.
Is it really? Or is it just changing on social media? Because it seems to just be changing on social media. There's so much, black girl positivity. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that many times what people talk about it on social media is just performative. Oh, I love black girls. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love that. But when you now see a darker colored girl in public or a darker skinned guy in public, think, this one when his skin bless say dirty.
Oh wow.
The same people.
Wow. Wow.
The same people. So are there people who would naturally love dark skinned people? Yes. It's their preference. But for some reason, if society was moving towards darker skinned people, you would not find people trying to bleach themselves.
True.
The reason people are trying to bleach themselves is simply because there's still a demand for it. Some people do not feel comfortable in the fact that they're darker skinned. Some people feel like, and they now tout things as, let your real color come out.
Right?
What exactly is your real color?
It's a glow.
Or, it's touted as glow, and being glow is probably like 3 or 4 shades lighter.
Yeah. Tone your color.
Tone it. And the problem with the industry in Nigeria is somebody can just wake up one day, mix 2-3 creams together,
Put it inside.
put it inside new bottle, get stickers, and all of a sudden they have a skincare business. They do not realize that the skin is the largest organ that a human being has.
Yeah.
The next biggest is the liver. And when you do that, what you're doing is you're basically feeding those particular chemicals into your body, because the skin is almost like a sponge.
Yeah.
Whatever you rub on it sifts through and gets into your bloodstream. So you really have to be careful about what you put on it.
Okay, I think that's cool. Okay, speaking of your skin, we just want to know what your routine is like.
My routine.
Yes.
So some days I'm the average Nigerian man. Wake up, bath, and just run out.
Okay.
Other days I do my moisturizer. I have my under eye cream. I have my face wash. But for me right now, because of how busy my day has gotten, I just do face wash, moisturizer, sunscreen and
Do
I'm
you think
out.
do you think cleanser is good? Face
Cleanser?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You should invest in a facial cleanser if you're watching this, male, female, and also invest in a sunscreen, because most times it's exposure to the sun that damages your skin.
Okay, so you spoke of when you talked about liver and kidney. Oh, you didn't mention kidney.
No, I didn't.
No, but I know your recent videos on Instagram. You talked about kidney and the rest.
Yeah.
Can you just highlight like some of the things that we do that we do not know that is bad, that like affects our kidney?
Not checking your blood pressure. A lot of people are coming down with kidney failures. Kidney failure recently. And many of them are young people. It's almost as if every 3 market days there's a cry on social media, oh, this person has a kidney failure, we're trying to raise money for kidney transplants. It's becoming more frequent than it should. And we looked at some of the things that could be responsible for it. Hypertension, diabetes in young people, agbo, or the herbal supplements.
Sorry, that part, say it again. Somebody needs to hear it.
These herbal supplements. So when people hear us talk about herbal supplements, they just think, oh, is this because you're an orthodox doctor? Our forefathers used this. And the argument is valid, right? But in the same vein, you do not know what you're taking in. In the leaves that you're boiling and putting in are certain harmful substances that you have no idea about. The person who is selling it to you has no idea about it. The reason I seem to have so much trust in the orthodox medicine is when we're giving you a drug, we're telling you, okay, these are the side effects. When you abuse it, this is what will happen
to you.
For example, NSAIDs. Abuse of NSAIDs can lead to kidney disease. But we know that up front. And so we're telling you take with moderation. Most people take about just because they can. I take it in the morning and in the night.
So
I take it 3 times a day.
Level.
I'm trying to reduce sugar level. Why? Because it tastes bitter. So bitter is going to cancel the sweets. For some reason, these things don't, do the things that they're supposed to do. Another reason with the herbal medications is many times they're touted to treat many things at the same time. So, which is funny, because one drug can treat your period that is not coming out properly, at the same time treats infections, there are different things with different pathologies.
Yeah.
So how are you putting all of them in the same container? It means you don't really know what you're talking about. You're simply just rolling dice with people's health. And so when we talk about this, we're really pushing for regulation of that particular industry or that market. Regulate it. If you say that it cures this, where's the proof? Where are the facts? Where's the research? Do that. China does it. Before you push a drug into the market, it's safety, efficacy. These are things that have to be proven before you come out and say it does this. Because the roadside person in the street can wake up, mix some drugs together, and all of a sudden they're yagbo.
And us too will be buying. Anyways, this is for somebody that's listening to this right now because you know yourself. Anyways, let's focus on you. What's that?
Don't worry.
It's for you. You know it's for you. All right, so let's focus on you. I know that you love to sing. That's because I went for an event and you said it. Do you think you'd go into that anytime soon, or you don't think it's the right time to show your skills?
For me, singing has always been a hobby, and I think it should remain as a hobby. I don't want it to become a career. The reason being, the moment it becomes a career, there's so much pressure to deliver, and I don't want that. I want to sing because I enjoy it.
Okay.
I want to sing because I can. So maybe from time to time, I'll probably get my friend who has a keyboard, and release 1 or 2 covers, and that's it.
Okay. So what of acting?
Oh yeah, I love acting.
So you're still going to do more?
Yeah.
So we're expecting
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I put ready.
More.
You found every ready. Okay, so you also talked about appendix. You talked about what you had to go through when you had like the whole appendix thingy. How was it like for you at that point? Like when it happened, you were not as popular as you are like right now. What were you thinking? What was going through your mind at that point? Did you think you were not going to make it? Did you think what was happening with you at that particular time?
For some reason, I wasn't thinking I was not going to make it. For some reason, I was more worried about the fact that my mates had moved on to another class and I was still in the same class. And thinking back on it, I don't think those were the right emotions to have at that point. I should be worried about my life, but for some reason it just took the back seat. I was like, oh no, these guys have moved forward and here I am still in the same class. Wasn't funny. Probably because I was training to be a medical doctor. I wasn't worried per se. I just thought it was just going to cut in, remove those dead parts, and pull out the rest. The only thing that stood out at that period was the pain. And I think there should be better pain management. There wasn't any that much of pain management during our time. Now people get better pain management.
How many
than
months
we
did
did.
it take for you to?
Everything took about 3 months because the first appendix surgery had some complications, and then after then there was back and forth in and out of hospitals until the final corrective surgery.
Do you think you'd ever do you have do you create awareness for appendicitis? Yes, exactly. Do you create awareness for it? Have you done anything on that? And do you think you'd ever do anything on that?
I will, but not because I've had a personal experience with it, but probably because I feel that there are more pressing issues affecting us currently as Nigerians. So appendix would, some never affect some people. Other times, if it's caught early, I think one of the most important things is to ensure that it's caught early. If it's caught early, it saves a life. If not, just complications up and down.
Nice. I know you mentioned. Okay, I'm going to talk about the NSAS protest period because Aproko Doctor was Aproko Doctor's appeals. So how was it like for you to that period? I know we went through a whole lot. It was just crazy. But how was it for you? We saw tweets, we saw stuff that you were writing, but we know. So how did you feel at that particular time? And do you think that would change something in 2023, or it might just be the normal talk that we took and it would just? Do you think something would change in 2023? Well, how was it like for you then when that happened?
For me then, it was very emotional. I was tired as a person, tired of the police brutality.
Did it ever happen to you before?
Oh yes, I've had to run away from police. I've had to, and the way it's done, my own personal experience happened somewhere around Alaba. I'd gone to get something, and I was coming out, and all of a sudden someone walked up to me and was like, "May I know you?" And I was like, "Who is this person not in police uniform?
May I know you?"
I was like, "My name is Chinonso Egemba." And I was like, he shoved a card in my face. For some reason, they do it expertly, so you don't even get to see stuff. And I stepped back from him. When I stepped back from him, I tried to take, cognizance of what was around. And I could see another person walking towards me from behind. And I looked towards my right. I could see two more people waiting. And it was almost like, it felt very shady. And that's not the kind of experience I would want to have with the police. I should feel safe. I should feel secure. Not feel like, oh, I'm about to be kidnapped or something. And that experience really left a bad taste in my mouth. I've had friends who have been, taken just because they could be taken. I've had friends who, are coming back in the middle of the night and all of a sudden they have to spend it in a jail somewhere. But I'm not a criminal.
And in quote, you did not have dread. Because that's the excuse. Although
there was no dress. I was just wearing a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. Like I said, that's how I dress.
Imagine.
And so even when I said I'm a medical doctor, I was like,
right?
Really? So there's for me it was personal. And I wanted to change that, right? But of course, you cannot dictate how a protest goes. So at some point, it moved beyond police brutality to bad governance, and people were just angry about the state of things in the country. Did I believe it was going to change something? Yes, I honestly believed it was going to change something.
Do you still believe?
Yes, I still believe. One of the things I know it did was that it awakened us, especially the young people, to understand that we have a voice and we can be listened to. What I wish we had done better is that we should have organized it, right?
Yeah.
Better, and use, more channels that the Nigerian government understands. So now there's more awareness for people to get their PVCs, because that's one way they can make a statement. I just hope that enthusiasm, the drive, that still remains even after the polls and towards the polls.
I think it will, because I'm already seeing a whole lot happening. I've been seeing videos of people marching to INEC offices and the rest. It will be great. I cannot wait. But let's talk about, I know that you're popular now. People know you. It looks like you have like everything figured out. But the truth is, there are a lot of things that might be happening that people might not know about.
Sure.
Have you gotten to a phase in your life when you're like, you know what, I'm actually just done. See, I'm done with everything. Where people should just leave me alone. Have you got have you gotten to that state? Has it ever happened to you?
I was feeling like that this morning.
Wow. Are you serious?
And yet, and that's how I view life, right? We'll all have ups and downs. That's life. But it doesn't mean that's who you are.
Yeah.
I was feeling a little bit down this morning. I was just like, you know what? I just want to run away. Just find one island somewhere and just go and just chill and just stay. Like, oh, what about your career? What about what you do? What about the people who depend on you? They'll be fine.
Right?
Right? So,
but then how do you snap out of it? Once in a while you'd have to go on breaks, right? To just cool off and the rest.
Yeah, but I think right now I work harder than I used to, even when I had 3 jobs in Lagos.
Wow.
Right now I work harder than I used to then. But for some reason, because it's work that I enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like work. But because it's a mix between creative and professional, at some point you need to recharge your creativity.
Yeah.
And having to recharge your creativity means stepping away from everything and just doing what you can. That's why I still drive myself, because driving is the only time for me where I can think. So it's just me, stretch of the road, just think.
Wow, that's super nice. So have you ever been depressed before?
Yes, quite a number of times.
Wow. Till now, or it's been longer?
Currently no, but I've had bouts of depression. It happens to the best of us, and it's not something that is beautiful.
Yeah.
But many people go through it. So yes, but I'm not ashamed to say I've been depressed.
How did you snap out of it? And just like in one word, what would you say to anyone going through this?
I don't think it's something you can just snap out of. But I think it's something that you really need a support system around, because having someone who understands what you're going through can help.
Yeah.
Initially, when I was battling depression, I was being told it was an evil spirit I needed to bind and all that. But growing up, I know better. And trying not to wave across a person's emotions and feelings to, you have a spirit in you that you need to bind out, is not really helpful, is it? But that's if that's what you're going through currently, I'd say as much as you can, there are now counselors that are free, that you can always reach out to. Someone who understands, someone who is not going to judge you, and that in a long way would help. On the other hand, I'd say a lot of people who are depressed for many reasons is tied down to finance.
What do you do for fun?
I spray perfumes.
Ha, amazing. Hey, voila.
So,
Okay, are you serious?
yeah, I think, at different stages in my life, I have different things that catch my fancy.
But for now.
But for now, it's perfumes. I love perfumes.
So you just spray and you're good.
I just and sniff myself. I love the experience.
Do you think you
For
ever
me.
like go into that create? Okay, yeah, you talked
To
about
yeah,
it.
to like I said, I have other interests in my life, and for some it's fleeting. For others, they tend to stay with me a long time. But I don't think this one is going any away anytime soon, and I'm just going to enjoy the ride.
But
I
that's cool.
might start a perfume review channel.
We cannot wait. You might even create something like have like your own brand and the rest.
Nah.
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 Are you serious?
I don't.
So just
I don't.
like,
I don't like when people do that. You know. Yes. We understand the fact that you've created quite a community, and it's time to make money from that community. But yeah, if you really don't have the skill required to make a perfume brand, because most of those designer perfume brands just get a perfume brand that's already popular and just tweak it a bit.
yeah.
But creating something that's entirely unique is, sorry, I'm beginning to lose you, and and going into perfumes. But
Yeah.
for me currently is perfumes generally. I just love
Perfumes.
the experience. Sometimes from the top notes to the mid notes to the base notes, different, especially when they evolve and all that.
Wow. Amazing. Like I say, if it wasn't Aproko Doctor, what would it be?
Funny enough, I don't think I've ever got
Bobby.
to answer that question,
Are you serious?
because for me this either had to work or work.
No plan B.
There was no
No.
plan B for me.
Wow. Thank God it did.
It was supposed
You were
to.
sure of it.
I was sure of it. I put everything I had or have
Wow.
currently into this.
That's super nice. I mean, you're doing super great, so I mean, it worked.
Thank
It
you.
worked at the end. So if it wasn't medical, if it wasn't medicine, what would it have been?
Graphic designing.
But you're still doing it though.
Currently no. And not because I hate it, but simply because I think I've become too busy for it. And graphic designing tends to take a lot of time. So the graphic designing, it'd be acting, it'd probably be singing, it'd be any of those things. Growing up, I used to have something I referred to as Battle of the Gifted. So because I could do quite a number of things well, it was difficult choosing which one to do.
Yeah.
So I could sing really well. I could act, and I learned things easily. So all I just did to do is watch you for like 3-4 days, and I'm good to stand on my feet. I think it happened to someone. I just watched them with a camera, and all of a sudden I could.
Wow.
Yeah, I could learn.
Wow.
I could know how to place the lights. I'm just watching,
That's
watching,
super.
and having that kind of gift is almost a blessing and a curse,
How is
because
it?
you get distracted a lot because you
can
feel
do
you can do
almost
everything.
Everything.
Yes. Unlike someone who just knows, okay, this is what
One
I'm
thing,
good at,
and they focus.
and they focus on
But
it.
I mean, you know everything, but you're good at everything. Or it might just be that you know a little of like everything.
Yeah, so because of that, many times because there's a difference between knowing how to do one thing very well and
just-
knowing something. So by the time I'm learning it, I might get distracted by something else. And I'm like, I
And
think
focus on that
think
thing.
I should learn that, and I move to that.
Yeah, I think I get
and
you.
I've left this.
I get you.
And over time, you've just had a lot of unfinished
Business.
projects up and down. So, but now this talking, presenting, sharing across knowledge,
Yeah.
breaking down knowledge to the simplest ways, passing across information, that's just what I'm good at this
How do you
point.
handle bad comments?
They're bad comments.
You've had bad comments.
I've had
you know.
quite a lot of bad comments. I've had trolls. And coming now that people see your face, it's like okay, on Twitter. I've had people attack my wife. I've had them attack my
Wow.
family. I've had them attack basically just being mean people. you know. But it's what it is, bad comments.
Yeah.
For me, it became easier when I started to make excuses for them. Oh, they are sad people, because someone who has his life in order would not spend
doing
it
this,
trolling other
saying
people
this, which is true.
online. So I'm like, oh, I really wish you the best.
Oh my
I
God.
wish you move beyond what you're going
Mhm.
through. I wish you find help. But you know,
I
for
wish it
me,
works out for you.
I'm not.
Doing good,
Yeah, I'm doing good.
which is really cool. Okay, I just want to ask, because I'm like super excited about this question. How do you feel being the cover star for the Uncut Extra magazine, Health and Beauty edition? How do you feel? Or how was it like for you? I mean, I remember when we like saw you at the event and
Yeah.
then you said send a message and the rest. But like, how do you feel? How was it? Did you expect it to happen like this? And I mean, why did you accept to be cover star?
I think for me generally, I'm not one to seek the limelight, and I'm not saying it to sound like a very good person. Oh, he's so nice and that. I like the privacy that not being out there gives, but I also think that sometimes it's always good to set something that people who are coming after you can follow, right? And I know that there are people who are currently in medical school
Yeah.
who have certain gifts like I do, but they do not have that medium of expression, or they're being told, oh, you're just supposed to follow this route and that's it for you.
Yeah.
But they want to do something else. I want to show them that it's possible. And so, when I got approached, and I was like, oh, cover, that's nice. And for me, it was like, it felt good that at some point your work is becoming recognized. Because come to think about it, I'm not a comedian, I'm not a music star, I'm not
Yeah.
a skit maker. I'm just passing across information in the best way I know how. And getting recognized for it feels good.
I'm super excited that you accepted.
I am.
Okay, I just want to know, I mean, we know that Aproko Doctor is a very, very handsome man that loves to pass information and the rest. But there's something about you that a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
Like, it's something that that's it day your mind, but people do not know. What's that thing? I mean, I know you have a lot, but just give us one. Like, one thing that's, that a lot of people don't know, but yeah. I mean,
That they don't know about me.
yeah. That you've
Like-
never said before.
But I think that's the aim.
Well, valid point. Valid point.
think
But then you
I-
could just share like one, maybe one that's not like serious, not too serious.
I'm actually a very reserved person.
No, but you actually look it.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, people see me on like see me in public and expect me to act the same way I act online.
Or
I'm not that person.
online.
Yes.
I think you can be funny when you want to. I think you can. But you actually look.
I'm not
I
very.
Yeah.
I'm
But
the
I
kind of
think you're
person who
actually
go to a
reserved.
party and just nurse a cup of drink in one corner
I'm not saying anything.
for the whole party. I'm fine. I'm not
I know.
lonely.
Is that not Aproko Doctor? The one on Instagram.
And I'm
Wow.
not lonely. I'm not sad. I just enjoy my company a lot.
Which is really cool. Which is cool.
They say it's being an introvert, but at certain times I can switch immediately, and before you know what's happening, I'm like,
Yeah, everywhere.
Hi, how are you doing? And I'm something else. But after that, once I do that, I feel the need to recharge. I feel the need to go back into my space again and
Just be on your own for a while.
just be on my own for a while. So if I do that for like 5 minutes, I'm going to have to recharge for like 20.
Ah,
If
wow.
I do it for like 35,
Wow.
I know after this I'm going to recharge. That's
For like one day. This is like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So you could
so-
do one day. So when you went out for that event, the re-event, I mean, you talked on stage. I think it was for like 30 minutes or
Yeah.
more. How many days did it take you to like recharge?
Oh no! So recently I've not had time to recharge
recharge.
because it's
'Cause
either
you're
one
always busy.
meeting
Kai.
for the next and all that. But when I really do
This-
find time to recharge, I do.
You're going to do it. Okay. So your strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths: being assertive. I can read people. I don't know where that comes from, but for some reason I just can tell. I can tell. I can hear the things you're not saying.
Wow.
I can tell when a person is tense, when they're lying, when they're worried, when they're being truthful, and I think it came from years and years of observing patients, right? Because for many people, when you walk into my consulting room, I am expected to start to make a diagnosis even before I talk to you. So things from how you walk, how you sit, they give off clues. And people give off clues, right?
Yeah.
I learn on the go.
Which is really cool.
I would rather jump into something and start learning as I do it than sit down,
Waiting
get all
to-
the information, and just be paralyzed by fear. Weaknesses, I overanalyze a lot because of that. I see flaws before I see good things. It's one thing I'm trying to change, because many times when people walk up to me and say, "What do you think about this thing I created?" The first thing that jumps out to me are the flaws. I'm like, just change it, change this, change this. And I mean well for that person. But over time, I've come to realize that they get the wrong vibe from it. So you just feel this person is just shitting on my work.
Oh.
But no, I'm not.
That's
It's coming from a place of care and concern. And over time, I've learned to use a sandwich technique. So, nice creation. However, I think you can improve on this, and improve on this. Good work all the same.
So you've been able to, I mean, your weaknesses, you talked about this. Do you think that ever caused trouble for you at any point in your life?
It did. Caused troubles in my relationships.
Wow. Were you able to did you handle it well? Or
I did not. But currently now I am. But, in my past relationships, I did not.
Kai. I mean, thank God you learned from it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's life. We learn.
That's life, right? So I know that we know that you've been consistent. I feel like, apart from like the hard work and the rest, the fact that you've been consistent, I feel like that's the reason why. That's part of the reasons why like you're here.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing stuff, right? And I feel like it's not. I mean, we don't get to recognize them, because at the end of the day, we're plenty for them. But there are people that are doing stuff, but they're not yet recognized. And sometimes they feel like, okay, well, I should just stop and try something else. So, what do you think you'd say to people like that? People that have been doing stuff, but they've not like gotten the result that they want. What advice would you give to them, to keep pushing and keep striving?
I'll say use my story. I've been doing this for 7 years. But most people just hear about me this year for the first time in their lives. And they see me and it's this is so big. And so, no, I've been doing this for 7 years. I've been begging for retweets.
Wow.
I've been begging people to take a chance. Just you look at what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to do. And if I'd given up then, probably this would never have been possible. So I think you need to answer one question. And one of the first questions you need to answer is, how important is what you're doing to you? And if it really matters, you're going to do it, and you're going to stick at it until you get results. So whatever it is you're doing, find ways to stick at it, stay with it, make it your baby, and at some point you'll get the results you want. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. I had such a wonderful time with you.
Thank you. I did.
Thank you, guys. This is Aproko Doctor. Here's the cover star for the Uncut Extra Magazine Health and Beauty Edition. We cannot wait for you guys to see this. But yeah, I had such a wonderful time, having this great conversation with Aproko Doctor, rather. And I know you did too, guys. Until next time, guys, do have a wonderful day. You're watching Afrobeats Global. Do not forget that you can follow us on all our social media platforms to enjoy more amazing content right there. Until next time, to have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.